Hello and welcome to my stream. Tonight we're playing more of Digimon World and we'll be finishing Itimon's cycle. We were able to get him and Angemon for freaking finally, right? We got them both on the last stream. And that's also a reason why I don't have like high expectations for today's progress, because as we got two new Digimon last time, the chances or the odds for me to be lucky again tonight are kinda low, but we'll see. This game is also very unpredictable. But yes, even if I don't get something new tonight, hopefully we can work on some other things like farming some bits and preparing ourselves for the next cycle. Maybe we can go and try some tournaments, maybe we can go and ask for Dreamojamon to try looking for some more treasure. But yes, I'm not building on expectations tonight because actually I'll need to think a lot on how am I going to try getting the remaining Digimon we have, which if I'm not mistaken are 8 Digimon missing. So they were like 4 champions and 4 ultimates, and because the number is getting so short, it is going to be more specific and it is going to be more hard for me to figure that out. But let's keep on going and keep on trying. But before that, we gotta finish Itimon cycle like I was saying. And I think the best thing I can do regarding him is pretty much testing the tournament. So let's hope that we can finally get to a rank S tournament and that Itimon surprises us there with his skills and abilities. But yeah, besides that, we'll need to restart another cycle because Itimon is probably already very old. And I'll need to think who am I picking for the next cycle. I'm actually not sure because I had that goal of getting Angemon, but now it's back to a whole blank canvas. So I have no idea who to try next, right? But we'll see. And let's go for the game then. Hopefully we won't have many problems as well on the stream, because last stream of this game we got some computer issues. I worked on my computer this past week, but it's now having some other issues still. But I think that overall it's better, it's much better. So hopefully we won't see the game being too laggy again. Anyway, let me open my save file and go for it. But I do think that we must train Nitimon more, because I don't think he's strong enough for like a rank S tournament. But let's see what we got in here. So yeah, Zitimon is a little bit old already. He has, let's say, mid amount of HP and MP. It's like good, but not the best. His offense could be better, and then defense, speed, and brace could also be better. So yes, he should get some more training. Hopefully he can still survive for some couple of years. It sucks that he can't learn a new ability though. We will still need to get Digimon that can learn this last Earth attack and also this last Neck attack. Hey Belias, how are you, man? Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Or do you want me to sing that song in Portuguese? Although the Portuguese version of it is very different. I think it's actually in English. It was the Butterfly song, wasn't it? And which, by the way, is the best song out of Digimon, like every Digimon. But in Portuguese, we had a very weird opening theme for it. It is a bit different. I mean, it does have that part of like Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions, but I do think the rest is a bit different. It's more lyrical as well. I should go back to the English opening to remember it, but I don't know, the Portuguese opening has always felt a bit different. Yes, I'm not surprised you haven't heard it, of course, right? But do I remember it as well? Because you know that I suck with lyrics, right? Let me see if I can remember it. Eles vão se transformar para seu mundo salvar. Juntos combatem o mal. São os guerreiros da paz neste lugar virtual. Os Digimon são demais. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Anyway, it goes around those lines. I'm not sure if the English version was any close to that, but I do know that the English version had this same chorus, kind of, right? But it was such a cringy opening, by the way, because in the Portuguese version, or at least in the Brazilian version, the person who sings this song is like a very famous kids TV host, uh, hence Digimon being aired in her show. So she pretty much created a video clip putting herself in front of the of the opening of Digimon. So basically she's there dancing and singing while the Digimon anime is happening behind her with like a chroma key. It's very cringy, man. You have no idea. You should look for that someday on YouTube. But yeah, that's better than nothing. That's better than not watching Digimon as a kid, so I can't complain or blame her too much for doing it. But think about it today, it's cringy AF, because it's like a woman uh, dancing and making weird movements in front of a freaking anime behind her. Like, come on, get that woman out of there. But anyway, that was a little bit of the Portuguese opening, or at least the Brazilian opening. It does sound similar, okay, so I should go back to the English version to really refresh my mind. I was imagining that Butterfly would be the team, but maybe Butterfly is only in the Japanese opening. And I still think it's the best Digimon song ever because it's so powerful, right? It's kind of funny now to think about it that they changed the song. Like, why not make a Portuguese and an English version of Butterfly? But Darius, how have you been, man? I hope you have been great. Do you know Itimon, Darius? Did you used to watch Digimon? Maybe you remember this one. He was the second villain of the show. But now he's our friend. So I decided that I will be training him. I'm going to see if I can get more meat. I can't. And I will also check Dreamojamon. Wait, do you know him? Yeah, man, he was a very interesting boss, or like a very interesting villain in the show. I would even say that during his arc is when the show starts to get more serious, and then on the third arc of the show, or of the season, that's when things are like very heavy or like very dramatic. So Dreamojamon is back. Wait, but he doesn't have the treasure? Oh, by the way, Betas, I have news for you because I think you were not here when I was sharing those news, I can't remember. Since you are a sub, I gave the subs of the channel a new feature, or at least a new way of interacting in here. That's pretty much the Twitch stickers. I don't know if you have ever heard of it, but it's like a Twitch extension, and if you go to the description of the channel you can find its widget, and in there are a bunch of different stickers that people can redeem to show on the stream, but the subs have 12 free to use stickers. So go check that out. I still need to work on them to try to make them better. I still haven't had the time to fix some of them. But yeah, not only we have the sound alerts for those that have the channel points, the yours, for them to redeem the sound alerts, but now the subs can also redeem the free to use stickers. But there are also some bit stickers in there, but I'm telling that to you because you are a sub, so you can use those ones for free. The best scene out of all of the Digimon series, it's when Angemon appears. Let me think about that. It is definitely a very remarkable and beautiful scene, but you probably have watched the whole series, right? So it's not going to be a spoiler to you, hopefully. But don't you think that the moment that Angemon digivolves is better than the time that Angemon digivolves for the first time? I'm talking about when he becomes the ultimate, I think. Yes, that's the moment that I'm talking about. I think that scene is even greater than the first time Patamon digivolves, because it's so like everybody tried to do something and nobody could survive Piedmont's trickery, and then everybody turned into keychains and stuff. And then like at the very last piece of hope, we got a solution thanks to Angemon. I do think that was better, right? Don't you think? But there are other moments that are very crazy as well. For example, the moment that Teomon or Gatomon, I'm not sure how was that Digimon's name in English. Actually, I think those two words or those two names work. The moment that Gatomon digivolves as well into Angel Woman, right? That moment, that scene is like traumatic and beautiful at the same time. Oh, the DNA evolutions, those are great too, but those happened on the second season. Which is funny because the second season used to be my favorite as a kid, but as I grew older, and then I rewatched the first season like last year, I think, I kind of preferred the first season more than the second season now. You think it was called the Digital DNA Evolutions? Those are the ones in the second season. In the first season, they were like crest evolutions, with the courage crest, the friendship crest. Also, hey Subaru, how are you, man? How are you doing? Do you have a favorite scene, Subaru, from the Digimon series or anime? I was talking to Belias right now, and we think that both Patamon and Angemon's Digivolutions are some of the best moments of the anime, but I also think that the moment that Gatomon or Teomon digivolves is also very great. Oh yes, wait a second, maybe I know what Belias was saying. Yes, there was a... Am I? No, 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 never mind. There was like War Greymon and Metal Garurumon Digivolutions too, right? Oh my god, Valius, thank you so much, man, for gifting a sub to Subber. Subber, you can use the freaking stickers again, man. There we go. Yeah, maybe Valius was trying to say that War Greymon and Metal Garurumon Digivolutions were the DNA ones, and then for a second I was here, oh yeah, those were DNA, but no, 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 those were not DNA, they were just extreme Digivolutions, like beyond their limitations. They digivolved again, and those Digivolutions were also very epic, especially when they were fighting Miotismon. But then the Duo Evolution, I believe that's only in the... Actually, never mind, it's only in the second season, but also in that movie. Do you remember the movie, the first one? I'm pretty certain that War Greymon and Metal Garurumon, they fuse into the first movie, and then they create a Digimon that I do not remember the name. But I can give a shot. Was it something like Magnamon or something like that? Yes, Subaru, Gatomon's Digivolution is connected to the saddest moment of the show. Yeah, it is a very sad moment. Omnimon! Yeah, Belias remembers it. Omnimon, that's right. Yeah, I remember how he looked like, but not his name anymore. Also, Belias, I have something to ask you. Although I'm guessing you really watched the show as a kid, so maybe by the time you did not pay too much attention to it, or it didn't bother you that much. But Belias, I gotta tell you that I was once watching a video that was talking about the English version of the Digimon show, and man, what the heck is the English translation or dubbing for the final episode? Do you remember or do you know what I'm talking about? It's so weird, like what they decided to do with the final boss of the show in the first season with the English dub. They kinda changed everything and made him into a joke because of the things he was talking about. He even talks about like burgers, if I'm not mistaken, in the middle of a very serious moment. And I think they made that change because they were afraid of like traumatizing the kids with the real things that monster or that evil Digimon was plotting. So they changed it completely into something like dumb and nonsense. So, I don't know, kids could watch it and don't get afraid or scared. But when I was watching that in a video on YouTube, I was like, are you freaking kidding me that they did that? Venomon, then I don't remember. Yes, I do not remember the name of the final boss of the first season. Because after they defeat the four lords, or those four very strong Digimon, and the last one was Piedmon, there is a final thing they need to do, and it's regarding this one boss. Apocarimon, Subaru remembers his name. Yeah, that's his name. But maybe in English he got another name too, I'm not certain. But I do remember that name Subaru said, Apocarimon. If it is who you think it was, then it was ridiculous. No, 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 Devimon is somebody else, and actually Devimon is a Digimon that I wanna get on this game, because it seems that he's a Digivolution, and we still need to get him. Devimon was the first boss. But yeah, Bellius, the final episode of Digimon, dude, what they did in there, it's... I was saying that the Brazilian opening of Digimon was cringy. Never mind, it's not more cringy than what they did with the English dub of the final episode, that's for sure. Do you remember Subaru Angelica, the Brazilian singer and TV host for kids, in the freaking Digimon opening here in Brazil? How cringy that was? Yes, I was telling Bellius how that opening is in Portuguese. No, 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 I do want to ask you to go into a treasure hunt, but do I have money for that? I have some money for that, so let's do it. There we go. Hopefully he returns with something really good. It's been so long, yes, I'm not very surprised you may not remember this, yeah. But I would recommend you checking that on YouTube one day, so you can see what they did, like, it was super cringy. But you do remember the English dubbing being odd. One thing that surprised me as well, but it's regarding another anime, was the Dragon Ball opening for the English version. I don't know, I mean, I can understand why they did it the way they did, with like lots of action and every character like throwing their special attacks at the same time and stuff. It was a super flashy opening for Dragon Ball, and the music was a very generic music just to intensify the adrenaline of people that are watching. It was not with lyrics or anything like that. It was pretty much like watching an action movie, you know, a big flash show. But it made me kinda sad because the Dragon Ball themes are fantastic, like the songs we have either in the Japanese version or in the Brazilian version are amazing. It made me very sad to see that difference. And I also heard some people complaining about another anime when it got its English version or its English dub. I don't know if you have checked this one out, Bellius, but it's actually a very good anime. Cardcaptor Sakura. I also have heard people complaining about the dub for that, or the English dub for that, because it seems that the actress that gave the voice to Sakura in the English version was sounding too old, while Sakura is just a kid, you know, and then in comparison to the other countries dubbing, they had a more appropriate voice to her. I actually have heard the English dub to Sakura. I didn't think it was that bad, but I at the same time would prefer the other dubs I heard, like the Portuguese one or the Japanese. But yes, out of my mind right now, those were the three things that I have seen some fuzz or heard some fuzz about regarding English versions of animes. But this one regarding Dragon Ball makes me sad because I don't know, I understand they were pretty much trying to get the attention of the boys so they can kind of watch Dragon Ball because it's like full of action and it's super extreme and everything. But the music, man, it has a lot of great riffs and, you know, it's such a good song, or they are great songs. Subaru remembers the Brazilian opening of Digimon with Angelica, right? Thankfully, the other TV host that had her show and they aired Pokemon on it, she sang the music for the Brazilian version, but she was not making a video clip of herself in front of Pokemon, you know. So at least the other one, the other opening was saved from this. Animes in the US had a lot of weird dubbing issues. Do you think it's better today? I do hope it's better today. But I was actually watching or hearing an interview with some Brazilian voice actors this week, and they were the voice actors of the Pokemon anime, right? Because there is this Brazilian Poketuber or specialist on talking about Pokemon on YouTube that got the chance to interview three women that gave the voices into the three friends that Ash travels with, right? But not Misty. He interviewed May, Dawn, and Serena. Yeah, those three characters. And they were talking about the stories of situations that also happened in the Brazilian dubbing and like regarding the studios that do that work and how complicated they were sometimes, especially when they were changing the voice actors out of nowhere without telling the fans. And then the fans were like, wait, but this voice is now different. So here in Brazil, we also had a lot of things going on regarding problems and voice acting. But I hope that it's looking better there now. In here, it is kind of better, I would say, especially because of technology that now people can work with their voice acting from home. And then even if they are like far away from the studio they are working for, they found a way to make those recording sessions and keep it going and not really being in the need of changing the voice actor because of their location. It's like with the One Piece dubbing. Sanji usually had a cigarette in his mouth, the dub changed to a lollipop and sucker. After you said that, I can only remember that episode of Pokemon where Brock has a. Um, is it, it? Actually, you see, I was going to make fun of it, but now I can't be sure. But wasn't it like a rice? Um, how is that called? It's not a rice cookie. You see, now I'm the joke of about it, right? But they called it a donut in the English dub, and that's definitely not a donut. I forgot how that's called actually now. It's a rice something. Do you guys remember the name for that? I've just forgot. It's not a cookie either. Rice ball, isn't it? It's just a rice ball. And then they changed it to something that has nothing to do about it, which was a donut. Four Kids, if anyone remembers, of course I do. Four Kids was my childhood, not only for Pokemon, but also for the Power Rangers. The Power Rangers dubbing in here were also Four Kids' job, if I'm not mistaken. You know something that still surprised me a lot, Bellius? It still surprised me so much that you also watched Ronin Warriors as a kid, man. It surprised me so much. It's something that I always thought that only Brazilians or Latin American people would have watched as kids. No, you could watch Ronin Warriors as well, man. That surprised me so much. I know, right? Ronin Warriors were really great. And it's funny for me to say that because if you know me, you probably know that I'm not a big fan of medieval things. But I grew up watching that as well. We did have four kids in here, yeah. But then kids, Warner Brothers, I'm not sure. We did have some Warner Brothers shows, but then I don't remember necessarily that name. Kids Warner Brothers, you know. For kids, I do remember. Yeah, you got the whole series on DVD, right? But it was not that popular in there, was it? I just think that you got really lucky to check that out. I actually wonder how did you watch it or like how could you find it to watch in there for the first time? Because in here every anime was pretty much on open TV. I have a theory that the amount of animes we had as kids to watch on TV is related to the amount of Japanese people that live in Brazil. Because fun fact, Brazil has the second largest Japanese people or population in the world, only losing to Japan. and that's all because of immigration in the past and everything. And if I'm not mistaken, the opposite also works. But I may be wrong about this one. But I do think that Japan has the second largest amount of Brazilians living in there. But about that one, I'm not sure. I'm sure about the Japanese living in Brazil. And because of that influence from them, I think that animes were also exploding in here, back in the day. And still today. Although today I gotta say that looking at the programmation or like looking at the schedule from TV shows or from the TV itself, it makes me sad because the shows are horrible or they are very boring or they don't really focus on kids anymore. Yes, I grew up watching Tsunami, but Tsunami here did not air that one. Yeah, Tsunami here aired Pokemon, they aired Inuyasha, they aired uh, Captain Tsubasa, they aired um, Rurouni Kenshin, which is also known as Samurai X. They also aired Beast Wars. And what else can I remember? Cardcaptor Sakura, was it on Tsunami? Maybe? I'm not sure now. Dragon Ball? Yeah, they aired Dragon Ball in here. But Ronin Warriors? No, I watched the Ronin Warriors and Yu Yu Hakusho thanks to other channels. Yeah, they were not on Cartoon Network. It did not last long in the US. Tsunami had the teenager and adult section. That's funny. Here I would say Tsunami had the more teenager section, and the adult section only happened in like midnight, with some shows like Space Ghost, and um, honestly I did not used to watch those shows. That's why also I can't remember, but I do remember Space Ghost. That's the only one that's coming to my mind. But also in other TV channels, they also aired like South Park, Beavis and Butthead, and those other ones. And Ren and Stimp as well, or Ren and Stimpy. Cowboy Bebop. Oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop used to be there, and I still gotta watch it, by the way. You know what, Badges? I will pause the game a little bit in here because this is a good moment for us to talk about a top 10 list that I watched in these past days. That's about anime and live actions. Inuyasha was Oh, okay, Inuyasha was on Toonami here too, but was it in Adult Swim for you? Adult Swim was the name for the other section they had for more mature content, yeah, in here too. But then I can only remember Space Ghost. But Cowboy Bebop sounds that it was there too. But Inuyasha I watched during the afternoon, during Tsunami. It was on Adult Swim. It makes sense, because Inuyasha has a lot of graphical scenes and, it is not a very kids-friendly show, but for some reason it was being aired in here at like 6 p.m. Oh, alright, Subaru. But let me tell you about this list of upcoming live actions that I actually didn't know that all of them were going to be made or they were under the works to be made. I knew some, but they are like upcoming live actions of animes that may be a disaster. So I'm going to tell you the list, and then let me know what you think about it. Like, do you think it's any promising? Would you be excited for those live actions? Or do you agree that they may be a disaster? So the first one is already a shock to me. I just learned that, believe it or not, Death Note is getting another live action on Netflix. Can you believe that? After the big tragedy of the first one, Death Note is getting a kind of a sequel. I'm like, what the heck? But then, at the very least, it seems that they changed the person behind it. So this one director already said that he's going to try to do his best to make it fit the original show. So hopefully it won't be as horrible as the first Death Note live action we got, but I'm still like with zero hopes. I'm still like no expectations after what they did for the first time, right? But I'm in shock. Like, Netflix, what the heck are you doing with your money? Please work on something else. Like, don't repeat your mistakes. Learn from them. But Death Note is getting another live action, believe it or not. Death Note, I think it can work as a live action if they can get it right. But then it's already messed up because they are like hiring or getting. It's happening in the U.S. Like, it is very different already. So if it is going to be that different, then maybe you should not um, try to make it look like the original, because it is a big difference already. Like, it's not happening in Japan. It doesn't have the, let's say, Japanese or Asian actors or cast. I don't know. It's going to be different, but they push hard to make it look like the original, but it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. It can work, but I'll need to see it. For now, I don't have expectations. It could work as a thriller, horror, and supernatural show, or investigation as well, right? Like the police work trying to find Light Yagami. Yeah. How I was first introduced to Death Note was when the police person committed death by herself. I think all of that happens right away at the first episode, and that's how I got impacted by the show. I think that Death Note has one of the best first episodes ever that really give you a very good scope of what the show going to be like, and it's so like fast how things happen in the beginning of it, especially in the first episode, that you really get the adrenaline to keep on binging it. It is a very good show. I understand that people think that it gets worse with time, and it's understandable because it's very hard for you to keep on, I don't know, keep the hype up for like so many episodes or up until the end, but it is a fantastic show indeed. So the other anime that's going to get a live action is My Hero Academia. I have never watched My Hero Academia, so I can't really give an impression out of that. But if I'm not mistaken, they were concerned about this live action because it seems that My Hero Academia has a bunch of characters, and all of those characters have some depth to them. But if you adapt the anime into a 2 hours long movie, for example, it may be a problem because it sounds that they will need to rush or skip many important characters or backstories of those characters because they won't have the time to explore them. So yeah, My Hero Academia may be getting one as well. Oh, you're super skeptical about My Hero Academia, do you know it? It is a great anime and manga. And does that make sense then, that it has like a bunch of characters, but if you imagine it as a live action, probably they wouldn't be able to develop those characters that much? I don't know because I haven't watched it. But it makes sense if that's the case then. The other one is Your Name. And that's a movie that I need to go back. Because when I tried to watch Your Name for the first time, I gotta admit it, I slept. I thought the beginning was very slow going. I can understand people saying that, oh, it gets better later, or it is a fantastic anime, it's my favorite anime, and everything. But I gotta give it another shot, because when I tried to watch it, maybe I was already expecting it to be great since the beginning, and the beginning was slow AF. So I really slept, and then I gave up on watching it for the time I tried it. You also haven't seen Your Name. I only watched the beginning, but now that I'm telling you, be ready for a slow start. And then don't grow expectations on the maybe first half hour or first hour of that anime, because it is a bit slow. Also, hey Rick, how are you, man? What's up? Why is the vomiting face? Is that for any of the shows we are talking about? The next one is Steins Gate, and that's a show or a franchise because it's also got video games that I'm curious. I do want to play the games or try watching at some point, and I didn't know it was also getting a live action. IE, of course. Wait, of course, of what? I'm still like confused. Steins Gate is foggy to you, Belius? Why is that as well? Is it very complex or it has like good things and bad things at the same time? Anyway, the next one is One Punch Man. One Punch Man is another anime that I still gotta check, but didn't know it was getting a live action, and it may not work really well. Do you think so? Because I imagine it's like a show with like a very overpowered hero or protagonist that probably his fights are going to be like super fast as he's probably invincible. How are they going to adapt that? They need to see how is the genre of that adaptation going to be like. Is it going to be a humor live action? Is it going to be a action live action? Because the fights will be probably boring, I imagine, because of how he is overpowered. They will need to see how they are going to make it happen. Oh, okay, so it was For Your Name. It's a very overvalued anime. From what I have watched so far, man, I gotta agree with you because I thought the beginning was very slow. But I still want to go back to it to really give it a whole opinion, right? Because I do expect it gets better later. But regarding the beginning, it was super boring to me. But I can already kind of agree with you that it's overrated. Yeah, it sounds that people go too crazy for it. If One Punch Man is done right, it could work. Do you think so? I hope it can work out. But like I was saying, I don't know how are they going to adapt the fights that I'm imagining that are very fast or very like not too dramatic because it's like the guy is invincible into a movie. How are they going to impress us on that? Maybe they find a way, but I have my doubts. One Punch Man fights, I promise you won't be boring. Oh, really? It's not like that? Interesting. Okay, you're giving me hopes that they will surprise me with the fights because I was expecting the fights to be very like 5 seconds of fights and then it's over. The animation for Your Name is great, but it's styleless or styleless. Styleless. It doesn't have style. But the plot is a mix of fake feelings just to make people think they are watching something deep. But in the end, the anime has nothing to tell. That was some harsh words on the anime. I will really drop my expectations towards it. But I can imagine what you're saying is right. Yes, maybe people are kind of blind when they're watching it, and then I don't know, getting emotional or too emotional over it. When in the end it's just I don't know an okay story or something. Or maybe people are so hyped for it that they can't see the flaws of it, right? Yeah, I will watch it one day. Although I'm focusing on other animated movies like the Studio Ghibli movies. I have been watching them all. Although I need to go back to those as well, and then only after that I can think about returning to Your Name. But I gotta tell you that I also think this Your Name live action might fail. Maybe only the hardcore fans will like it, but I'm not feeling positive about it. I think that uh, if there was a magic in the anime for some people, they will not be able to transfer that magic into a live action. Nope, I'm not feeling positive about it. So most of the One Punch Man fights happen before the main character gets there. I see, so pretty much there are other people fighting and then suddenly he shows up and ends the fight. There is a team and a bunch of character arcs going on in One Punch Man, and that you think we'll enjoy. People told me the same about JoJo's Bizarre. I'm sorry, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that I also need to start watching. That there are many different arcs going on, and they are not all of them, but some of them are very interesting. Moving on with the list, this one is an anime that it's a classic, and I haven't watched it. But the more I hear from the fans of it, the more curious I get about it. I'm talking about Mobile Suit Gundam, which is like a classic for mecha animes, right? And it seems it's getting a live action. And I gotta tell Gabriel about it because Gabriel is like the biggest fan of this anime that I have seen. I wonder what are his thoughts about it. I kind of have the feeling he's going to say that he's not feeling positive about it, but I need to tell him about it. Studio Ghibli's movies can't even be compared to Your Name. To be honest, Rick, even without completing watching Your Name, I agree with you because Studio Ghibli movies can't be compared to anything, not even Pixar. So Studio Ghibli is something and the other studios are something else. I'm not saying that uh, they don't have like other studios with fantastic movies. I do love Pixar as well, but Studio Ghibli does something that I can't see anybody else doing. It's really out there. But also, it's not that every movie they do is like mind blowing fantastic, but you always have an experience or you can feel something from all of the movies I have watched so far. Some are way better than others in the same studio, but they are fantastic. Like they are so beautiful. They look like art. It's like going to a museum and an exposition when you're watching their movies, and they are amazing. But Rick, some people have been a bit disappointed or dropping their expectations towards the next Studio Ghibli movie. I don't know if you have seen the trailer of it, but it seems that they are going to change the animation style a little bit and maybe even use some technology into it. And that's kind of dropping off some people. Like, people are feeling worried if this new Studio Ghibli movie will be working or not. Wait, you are a big Gundam fan in there? I really heard fantastic things about it. It only bugs me that it's also a very long anime, so if I ever stop to watch it, it's going to take me some time. But I was surprised. As a kid or as I was growing up, I have kind of gotten the impression that it was mostly a just action looking anime and that's it, with like big robots and then it's action, like Transformers kind of. But no, everybody has been telling me that it's like way more focused on plot and then it's very serious and then there are some very crazy situations and twists that happen. It seems that it's also very political and smart. So it is making me very curious, especially after playing Xenogears, for example. I believe that Xenogears got a lot of inspiration into Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion, but also Gundam and some other animes like those, right? And Xenogears surprised me so much because it is a freaking smart and plot twisting game. I have never heard of it. Do you mean Gundam? Or do you mean Studio Ghibli? Probably Gundam, right? Okay, you know about the Gundam series. They are full of action, but they do have a lot of things going on in the plot, right? The last Studio Ghibli movie is not made by the same director. Oh, it's made by his son. I actually have watched some of his son's movies. For example, how was it called? Um, how was that one called? I think it's called Up from Poppy Hill, if I'm not mistaken in English. Up from Poppy Hill. I have watched that one, and I do believe it was directed by his son. It is a good movie, but it's not one of my favorites. But it's a very good movie. Yeah. He got forced by his father to be his successor. Wait, successor, right? To be his successor, and then it's like Japan things. I imagine that he got pressured for sure, but I didn't know that it was a toxic relationship going on in there. I thought that he was doing it by his own will as well. But maybe it is a bit pressure, like maybe he's kind of being forced. to be working on those movies and then continuing his father's job, right? Welcome back, Summer. We are talking about live actions that are under the works or will be released at some point that may be disappointing. And the last one was about Gundam, the Gundam series. So a lot of the Gundam series anime are action heavy but heavy on plot. Yeah, Miyazaki's son, I think his name is Goro, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe Goro Miyazaki? I remember Miyazaki being happy but not too impressed. There is a video of him watching his son's movie. Really? I should look that up. I didn't know that. So let's check the rest. The other one is Sword Art Online. I also have never watched Sword Art Online, but I do think it's going to have the same problem as My Hero Academia. A bunch of characters that are kinda important to the show, but they won't have enough time to talk about them all in a live action, you know? So probably they'll need to cut some characters or rush. So maybe that's why this one could be a failure, a not very good live action. But do you guys watch this one? I have never watched Sword Art Online. But I know it's super big, like many fans out there. Belias has watched a bit of Sword Art Online. He got the game for PS4. Okay, so you have an introduction in there. Did you play the game or are you still waiting to play the game? Gundam is not like a classic mecha series, it's about political fiction and very deep character development. And that's exactly why I get more and more curious to check it out someday. Because it sounds like a very smart show. If you want to start it, begin with the Universal Century saga, because the other sagas are not as good. But do you want? Can you understand like the the seasons without like watching it from the beginning? Probably yeah, right? Maybe they are kind of independent, just like the Fate series. You haven't opened the Sword Art Online from the plastic steel, Belias? Maybe you bought it because it was with a good price or something, but you got busy or distracted. If you ever try the game, let us know in the future what did you think about it. So they are independent, there we go. The sagas are independent, the series is not. That makes sense, yeah, it still has some connections since the beginning, right? But I believe you can still understand the scope of each saga. There we go. Then the next one, it also surprised me, is One Piece. One Piece is getting a live action. I also didn't know that. Uh, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one because One Piece is such a long show that definitely they wouldn't be able to make a live action out of it for the whole show. But One Piece is so like it's one of the most popular animes out there, so they are freaking rich. If they use that money well, I think it could work. I imagine it is possible. And because it is also such a big name or a big anime, I believe they will work their asses to make it work, you know? They won't make something or deliver something that's trash. Belias is saying that One Piece is going to be a train wreck for him, but then Rick thinks that Sword Art Online is not good. It never appealed to my eyes before. Either that or My Hero Academia. Every time I see those two shows or trailers or things about them, I'm like, fine. You know, I never really saw something that made me super curious to check them out. But then One Piece getting this one live action, let's see. I do have a little bit of hope because it's freaking One Piece, and then One Piece is like, you know, they wouldn't be doing something or working on something that could ruin the whole One Piece, I think. It's too risky for them, so if they are really going on this idea, I'm expecting something good out of it. There's really no good isekai anime, so like Sword Art Online, maybe My Hero Academia as well. Give My Hero Academia a watch, although Belias think that I'm going to like it or I should try it. Oh yeah, this second one is one of the animes that I knew that was going to turn into a live action because Netflix is working on it. And I wonder if you guys have watched it because it was huge in Brazil, but I don't know if it were or if it was huge in other countries. Yu Yu Hakusho, which by the way, fantastic show if you like Dragon Ball, for example, I think you would also enjoy Yu Yu Hakusho a lot. It has kind of the same humor, it has fantastic fights, and it's really good. But then Netflix is now turning it into a live action. Let's see what's going to come. Didn't you didn't know that, Pelios? Yes, Netflix has been working for some time already, so maybe it won't take them forever to drop that out. They have been working on Yu Yu Hakusho, and the video that I was watching, uh, that was like giving you an idea of why this live action could be a failure. They were saying that the reason that Yu Yu Hakusho live action could fail is because the anime has a lot of bond towards the characters, and it's true. Like the four main characters of the show, they have a very strong bond of friendship, and they have a lot of strong personalities as well. And then they were afraid of Netflix adapting it and not being able to reflect their own personalities in the way it is in the anime, because they are very like strong characters. Like each one you see and you can tell how the character is, and you like him for their characteristics. And then if Netflix doesn't work or create strong characters like the originals, it is going to fail. That's the opinion of the video I watched. And it does make sense. Like, I don't want them to ruin their friendships, to ruin their character development. They must be the freaking badasses they are. And yes, I hope it's not too rushed either. Just don't give us a very plain or even censored Yu Yu Hakusho live action, because Yu Yu Hakusho is also very well known for being graphical. There are some craziness that happen in some of the fights. It may not be the most graphical anime out there today, for sure it's not. But back in the day, back when I was a kid watching those animes, Yu Yu Hakusho was the one that I was like, holy shit, this is going to have blood and deaths and a lot of uh, graphical scenes. It got censored a lot as well. But today, definitely, there are worse shows regarding graphical scenes out there. So the Isekai genre is the get teleported to a fantasy world from real life. And then My Hero Academia. Oh, okay, My Hero Academia is not an example. I always felt like they were very close to each other, but never mind them. It was just my impression. Get teleported to a fantasy world with from real life. That sounds like Inuyasha, but I do love Inuyasha. What do you think about Inuyasha, Rick? Inuyasha would be an isekai, don't you think? Although the portal for them to return to the real life is kind of open, so they can keep on going and returning. Inuyasha is actually one of my favorite animes. There is even the Yashahime continuation or sequel that's being released right now at the moment that I still gotta watch. And I need to go back to Dragon Quest as well. The anime that I have been watching, by the way, I was even watching a couple episodes before starting the stream, is a high school romance anime called Toradora or Toradora. I'm not sure how's the pronunciation of it in English. It is something that I may not recommend because it's not like a very amazing, surprising anime. It's just like an okay anime. But surprisingly, the episodes I watched today kind of raised my judgment on it a little bit. In my opinion, it had a good start, and then it was getting weaker with some more episodes. But then this one sequel of episodes I watched today, it made me like it a little bit more. So let me see, or I will be seeing if it's going to feel better by when it ends. But definitely I wouldn't recommend it yet because it's just a normal and simple high school anime. It's not like anything that's going to really change your life when you're watching it. It's very basic. The Palm Top Tiger. Wait, what's the Palm Top Tiger? Also, hey Yoda, how are you? It has a stupid ending. Are you talking about Toradora, the one that I'm watching? Rip me then, because then I'm going to be disappointed. But it's been very basic. Oh, there we go. Rick agrees with me that Inuyasha is great. I do think so. And it is an isekai, so we found an exception to the rule. And hey Ritsuru, how are you, man? So the last anime on the list is actually, Delius may be surprised by this one as well, Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is getting a live action. I also didn't know about it, and I gotta watch the original anime before even considering watch this. But I will tell you something though. I have heard from some people that Cowboy Bebop is a little bit overhyped. It's like maybe what happens is that you either really love it a lot or you think it's just normal, you know, it either gets you or not get you. I believe that's what happens regarding Cowboy Bebop, because the people I know that like Cowboy Bebop, they are crazy for the show. And then that's why I was like, holy shit, I gotta watch this. But then one of my friends, he told me that he tried to watch Cowboy Bebop and then he thought it was, I don't know, normal, basic, or simple. And then I was like, okay, so maybe now I need to be careful regarding my expectations. But one thing that I'm curious about Cowboy Bebop for sure is the music. It seems that it has a fantastic soundtrack. So I believe it's going to be at least worth for that. But regarding the anime itself, I'm trying to not raise my expectations too much. But what about you guys? What do you guys think about Cowboy Bebop? Oh, Belias is hyped as hell for it? Do you mean the live action for Cowboy Bebop? Did you know about it? They better not ruin the story and its ending. Cowboy Bebop is not overhyped, it's a masterpiece. Okay! I'm concerned because the friend that told me that he didn't like Cowboy Bebop that much is a friend that watches a lot of animes. So I don't know what happened to him on this situation. But sure, okay, I'm going to raise my hype again. And then hopefully I won't be disappointed. But yes, there is this one friend that is an anime lover. Something happened to him, maybe he was on a bad day. That he told me that, oh, Cowboy Bebop, I tried watching it and it was just fine. And I'm like, really? Because everybody that I know is like crazy for the show. Scott Looney, for example, is super crazy for it. Yoda has never watched it, but he knows about the controversial ending for Bebop. Honestly, that makes me want to watch it even more. I love controversies and then I love things that are like unexpected. So I do want to check that out. It seems that it's going to be a show that's going to surprise me in some ways. So I'm down for that. I did watch Evangelion, but the first time I also have a fun fact to tell you about Evangelion. The first time I watched Evangelion, nobody told me that there was a movie that really ends the show. So the ending I got was the ending of the anime, which was like, there is even a meme that goes on here in Brazil of that one scene that every character of the show is pretty much clapping and saying, congrats, Shinji, congrats, Shinji, right? Congrats. And then in here, there are some situations that people share that scene video or that scene clip to be ironical, like, or sarcastic actually, that's the word. Parabéns, parabéns, Shinji, boa, you know, congrats, but like in a sarcastic way. So yeah, the ending of the anime, if you watch the last episode of the anime, is like, WTF, I did not get anything that happened. But then, years later, I realized that I did not watch the whole ending, because you gotta also look for the movie that has like I think 3 or 4 more episodes that are extras that will complete the story. And then finally I could see the conclusion of the story, and then I felt, okay, this is now ending in a good way, or at least in a way that I can understand a little bit more. So I did like Evangelion for sure, also because of the soundtrack of it. The soundtrack of that show is amazing. The opening is already the best music in any anime out there. I'm sorry if you think otherwise. Fight me, because it is the best opening out there. But also the background music of the show, there is even one that remind me a lot of Chrono Cross, Chrono Cross soundtrack. And if you didn't know, at the moment, my favorite OST out there is also Chrono Cross soundtrack. There is a track that sounds a lot like the Chronopolis music from Chrono Cross. I wish I could remember the name of which song I'm talking about from the Evangelion background music, but I cannot remember it. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. But it's great. It's a great, disturbing, messed up show. It's so weird, and it has problems, of course, especially from things I have heard that happen in some of the movies, not the one that gives a conclusion to the story, but like some other movies of Evangelion, there is a very messed up situation and scene that I'm aware of that happens in there that's kind of like, what the heck? But I do like it. Yes, it's a very different experience when you are watching it, especially because you may not expect it to get so psychological after you start it. Maybe you think like I use it to think about Gundam, for example. Oh, it's just an action mecha show. Evangelion is not just a mecha action show. Nope. It is one of those shows that will make you feel unsettled. But hey, not as unsettled as the worst show for to make you feel like that, which is Serial Experiment Lane. That show is like goosebumps all my spine. I don't regret watching it, but I'm not brave enough to return to it. But fun fact, it has a fantastic opening as well. Watch it by your own risk or at your own risk. That's all I'm saying. Uh, Cowboy Bebop is worth the love it receives. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to maybe ignore my friend's opinion about Cowboy Bebop and keep the expectation high. Because yeah, everybody kind of tell me that it's one of the best animes out there, you must watch it. And then my friend tried to watch it and then he was like, so I'm like, what? So I will go back to it and have some high hopes for it. The series ending is better than the movie for you. Oh, Rick, really? The movie is in the same ending seen from outside Shinji, and then the series ending is from inside Shinji. That's true, yes. The movie have been made because people were complaining that they couldn't understand. Correct, yes. I felt like, what happened? Like, what is going on? But even if the movie was not a thing, I wouldn't be mad on watching Evangelion because the journey of watching it is an experience on itself, even with the weird anime ending. But I gotta confess that I liked the ending of the movie as well. We have spoken about school days before. School days, I'm not sure. Have you recommended it to me before? If you have, let me add it to my app that I watch the animes, right? School days. But at the moment, it's not on my radar. I can't remember it. Yes, I can't remember this anime. It looks interesting, but what is it about? Like, is it an action? Is it a romance? This is School Days, right? I'm finishing a high school based anime, which was Toradora. Maybe after that I could try jumping into another one. It could be this one. But the meaning behind the whole thing is expressed ways better in the series ending. and you personally prefer that. But from what I'm getting, what you're saying, Rick, is that you were able to understand the way the show ends thanks to Shinji's crazy trip, right? So basically, what I'm getting from what you're saying is that it is doable and possible for you to really comprehend the ending of the movie just by checking the last episode of the anime, and then they made the movie to make it more clear. I need to go back to it then, because honestly, I couldn't understand anything. I couldn't understand it at all. But maybe if I watch the movie and then get that ending they had in there, and then go back to the last episode of the anime, I can try making the connections, and then, oh, okay, that thing in there is what they were showing me on the movie. But yes, I really couldn't really grasp an ending, a conclusion after that anime ending, or at least not that clear for sure. But now knowing that they have a connection, like the ending of the anime and the ending of the movie, I can try looking for that connection somehow. Because to me they felt very different endings. I can't remember, but it's a fairly straightforward high school romance anime for a while until. Okay! Until hashtag goosebumps, I'm down for that, I like that. Also, hey X5, how are you, man? We are here talking about animes in general and also animes that are going to become live actions. I read a whole list of them, but just to name a few, Yu Yu Hakusho, Death Note is getting another one from Netflix. Death Note adaptations continues. Hopefully, it's a better one this time. Cowboy Bebop, One Piece, My Hero Academia, Sword Art Online. Those are the ones that I got to my mind right now. So let's see. I hope at least the majority out of those can be a good live action. School Days is a prank recommendation. Wait, is it? But that could be fun as well, to be honest. That's true. Steins Gate is also getting a live action. True. It is getting a TV series. You thinking Hollywood? Yeah, maybe that's the live action that is on the list. Oh yes, Gundam as well. Gundam or Mobile Series Gundam is also getting a live action. I have a question to you all. In case you have checked the two movies I'm going to talk about. They were Sonic the movie and also Detective Pikachu. If you have watched them too, which one did you like the most? Because what I see happening is that a lot of people freaking praise the Sonic movie, maybe even more than the Detective Pikachu movie, and to me the Detective Pikachu movie is way better than the Sonic movie. It's not that they are like fantastic movies or like, oh my god, best movie I have watched, but to me the Pokemon movie did a better job, but I don't see it getting praised like the Sonic movie gets praised. So I wonder if you guys have a favorite out of those two. And then maybe soon we are getting news of the sequel, right? The next Detective Pikachu movie. Because we already got news on the next Sonic movie. I even think that people will spoil the plot of it somewhere. Like somebody leaked the plot of Sonic 2 the movie. Let me reorganize my inventory. I can tell you that School Days is a piece of... What? Okay. So here comes another weird anime. Is it as crazy as what I have heard of Boku no Hero? I think that Boku no Pico. I think it's called Boku no Pico. It's like the forbidden anime that nobody should ever watch. Is it around like that craziness? Oh, okay. It's not that crazy. Good. So, all right. Because you guys were saying it like it is going to be a little bit messed up. Not to that level. Thank goodness. Okay. I think you can understand it just by rewatching the last episode another time, because the first time the way all happens is very overwhelming. That's true. Yes, it is something you are not expecting, or it's thrown at you very fast, and then you're still trying to absorb what the heck is going on. I could try, yeah. So I think that school days hits people because they don't get the clean resolution or resolution that we want in our hearts when we watch a series. I see. So maybe it has like a dark, or I would even say maybe a more real, or maybe a more messed up ending or solution or something. It's not like everything ends beautifully great. That can be interesting to me, to be honest. I do respect shows that are like that. For example, the the series I kind of checked out some weeks ago, and it kind of become, or it has, yeah, it has become my favorite series so far in this year, was Euphoria from HBO. I was expecting something disturbing out of that show, but not in at the levels it hit me. Like, it was a very crude show, or like they were not holding up. They really threw the shit at your face, like, this is the situation, this is the problem. I'm going to show it straight up to you, like, no censorships. Here it is. And I was like, holy shit, the show is really like hitting my face with slaps and everything. So I do like when shows or movies and animes, they do that. Like, they kind of show you something that's the way it is, or like, of course, sometimes it gets a bit exaggerated, and then sometimes it gets romanticized. I hope that's a way to say it in English. They stretch a little bit the things, but I like it because it's out of the usual. It's like it's not the same story I'm watching or I'm seeing everywhere else. They are not doing it the same way that normally the shows are doing elsewhere. I like because it's different. I like because it's another approach, and it's not trying to copy, the other shows, the other content. So if it is doing something around those lines of like not giving you the expected or normal, or something that we have seen so many times in different shows, I'm down for it. I'm down for that experience because I respect it. I will tell you this: it is a freaking anime with what? With a porn plot without the porn. Okay, that's a bit weird. Maybe it's like not as Euphoria, like I was saying, because if it were an anime about porn being like Euphoria, they would show you the porn like straight up. So maybe it is not direct like that. It is a cluster F, huh? Oh, okay, yeah. You're not saying it's the greatest anime ever, but you're saying it's a good experience or an interesting experience, right? If I watch it, I will remember it. You know what? I would totally try to watch it. Yes. Just like the other show I was saying, Serial Experimental Lane, watch that at your own risk. It is not the best anime out there for sure, but since we're talking about shows that we'll never forget, will always haunt you, and are even very complex and hard to follow, like Evangelion is, Serial Experimental Lane. Such a messed up show, but it is a journey, it is a trip for sure. I should check Bebop. I will be checking JoJo because JoJo is on Netflix, so it's like more comfortable for me to watch it. Yeah, I'm thinking on starting JoJo first. If I can recommend a couple of anime that you probably never watched but are absolute gems, I have I have heard of Devilman Crybaby. Yes, you are not the first person recommending that one to me. It is already on my list. Paprika I have watched a long time ago, and I feel like I thought it was just okay. But I will explain myself. The same thing that I'm telling you about watching Paprika and thinking it was just okay is the same thing that happened to me in the past when I was watching Studio Ghibli movies as well. And then after those years, I decided to go back to those Studio Ghibli movies I watched and watch the new ones that thank goodness Netflix decided to release here in Brazil. So I can have like the whole Studio Ghibli experience, but the Graveyard of Fireflies, although I have already watched it as a kid, but I will also rewatch it to ruin my day and cry over the whole night and week and month after I'm done with the Netflix movies in there. But yes, the thing is that as I was younger, when I decided to check those movies out, there was something going on that I could not really feel those movies. Either I was, I don't know, not paying enough attention, or I was too distracted when I was watching them. They were not feeling that magical as it is for everybody, and as it is for me as well now that I finally stopped, concentrated, focused, and watched those movies. So today I have a complete different opinion in comparison to when I tried to watch them many years ago, like 10, 12 years ago or so. And that movie, Paprika, is also one of the movies I watched very in the past. And I should rewatch it because today, with like more attention and other eyes, I probably will like it way more. But there is another animated movie that people recommend me a lot. How is it called? It's Blue something. Is it called Perfect Blue? I think it's something around those lines. It seems to be a very dramatic and heavy movie, but it's super great as well. And I'm not sure, but I'm thinking it's by the same director of Paprika, or like there is a connection between those two movies. I think it's Perfect Blue. It's something like that. I know it has blue in the name, but Red Line I haven't heard of it, so I should write that one down. What's nice about Bebop is that it's a generally quick watch. Oh, okay, that totally helps. And then JoJo is a big commitment, but it's amazing. Yeah, JoJo seems to be longer than what I thought at first. It probably has like 5 plus seasons or something. But because it is on Netflix, I think it's going to be easier for me to binge it. I was talking about live actions, and now I'm asking myself what happened to the rest of the Saint Seiya live action of Netflix. Because if you didn't know, Saint Seiya is my favorite anime. It is not an anime that I would recommend to people today, because it's an anime that probably hasn't aged very well, so it has its problems, it's not going to be the greatest out there. But as a kid, I used to love it, and then because of that love, I still love it today, even with its problems. Although it does get a bit better as you keep on watching it, it doesn't feel too bad as in the first arcs or in the first episodes. But then Netflix adapted it into a live action or a CGI series, right? It's been a while since they were kind of telling us that they would drop the rest of the episodes or more episodes, and no, we are still waiting for them. I wonder what happened and why is it taking this amount of time? Especially because they stopped it right when it gets to the best of the show, when the real fights are going to happen. So I do want to see it, even if it's going to disappoint me somehow and not be as great as the original. I want to check that out. Wait, Rick, you know it? Yeah, Pegasus Fantasy. Na, 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 na. I only can sing the Portuguese version, so yes, just like I was singing the Digimon version in Portuguese or the Digimon opening in Portuguese to Belias, I can only sing the Portuguese version for that, although it has the Pegasus Fantasy line, yeah, in English. The same director, yes, of Paprika. And watch Redline now. Everybody in the chat go watch Redline, man. Redline makes me think it's like a... I don't know, something about an investigation, maybe the police. I'm getting that impression from the name. So before continuing the training, I will go check the tournaments. But yes, the Senseiya opening in Portuguese. Is there an Italian version, Rick, for the opening of Senseiya? Let me see if I can sing it though. You know that I suck with lyrics. Faça elevar o cosmo do seu coração, todo mal combater, despertar o poder, sua constelação sempre irá te proteger. And then this part, I never know exactly how are the lyrics, but it's like: se com ela a dor e te dá forças pra lutar. Then, Pegasus Fantasy! Okay, this part is also tricky to me, but it's something. Pegasus Fantasy te dá asas pra voar, pois as asas de bom coração sonhador que irá roubar. Senseiya, guerreiro das estrelas. Senseiya, nada a temer, oh yeah. Senseiya, unidos por sua força. Senseiya, Pegasus, até vencer. Anyway, that was my impression, although I do not know the lyrics entirely, as you could see. Also, hello Elsa, how are you, man? It is about car races? Okay. Definitely not something that I would be looking forward myself, but as you were saying it's fantastic, I could give it a shot. Yeah, I'll not be after that myself though. The monkey is still alive, yeah, because we pretty much were only talking, and now I'm finally playing something in the game. So pretty much we were here for an hour and a half with the game paused, and Itimon could survive for that time. No, he didn't die. We had to finish his cycle today, yeah. No, we still gotta finish his cycle. He was 11, right? He's still 11. He may be dying very soon. So there is an Italian version. You guys, they translated it to every language but Japanese. Yeah, the Japanese version is the source, right? It is just like the Portuguese version. I now can't remember if I have ever heard an English version of that song. I know Senseiya was not big in the US, but there is a season of it on Netflix in the US because Scapuni tried to watch it. So, Rick, what is your story about Senseiya? Like, did you watch it as a kid, or did you only know about it? I'm very curious because that's my freaking favorite anime. Also, hi Ultros, how are you, man? Do you still watch to Senseiya, by the way? Because there are so many other seasons. Like, there is the... I think it's called Soul of Gold season, which happens with the Gold Saints. Then there is the Lost Canvas, by the way, which is amazing. It's so sad that they never finished the animated version of it, but the story is so mind-blowing. The manga is fantastic. Highly recommended for you to check that out if you have never checked Senseiya Lost Canvas. But it's sad that they never finished the animated episodes, or the OVAs. You're doing okay, there we go. You're probably on your way to assemble a bowl of fruit type things. There we go. I was asking you about that yesterday. I was saying, man, reward yourself with a bowl of berries and mangoes and all of those fruits you love after your great play of Contra. Even though you couldn't get a better PB, but I still thought it was a great performance in there, a great run. So now it's happening. There we go. The bowl of fruits is happening tonight. I'm doing okay as well, man. I was playing Pokemon Go for most of the afternoon because of the community day of Gible. I got so many shiny Gibles. And then I was watching anime Toradora, the one I was talking earlier, until the starting time of the stream. So you didn't watch it as a kid on TV, but you remember only certain series. I wonder if it is on Netflix in there. Because here we have the whole show. The whole show is on Netflix. And in case you ever give it another shot, just like what I said earlier, it's not the show that has aged the best, so don't expect it to be perfect. But after the, let's say, 20, 25 maybe episodes, like the first ones, it gets much better. It doesn't get perfect either, but it gets way better than the crazy start. Because it gets more serious. So I would recommend you trying to go back to it, if you ever have the chance. Because if you liked it as a kid, maybe you can feel the nostalgia for it even today. Oh, you only have one season, so it's just like in the US. Yeah, in the US, I think it's only the first season as well. Here in Brazil, because it is like a huge thing in here, we have the whole thing. And we have the Lost Canvas show as well. And the live action. Maybe you do have the live action in there. Because there is no way they would release that live action only in Brazil, right? It makes no sense to me. So we do have a tournament for the rank S. I don't think we are ready, but as we don't get that chance to register every day, I think we should give it a shot. But we are definitely not ready. Do you guys have ideas now? Should we use our items? Should we pray for luck? Because we're totally not ready for that, but how can we make the best use of the time up to that? There are some items, but the thing is that the last time I was using some of them, I got punished by the game for some reason. They dropped one of my ranks. Like, I used it to be level 10, and now I'm level 9 because I was using the items, I think, so... I'm not sure if that's the best answer. You also don't have the live action in there, huh? That's kinda crazy, because Netflix made a whole live action of the show to only release it in here? That's a very weird decision by their part, or from their part. But you are not a real or a big fan of live actions in general, I can understand. Oh, Ultros has been too lazy to cook. That's fine, that's good. But then do you have any plans for dinner besides the fruit bowl? Subway is saying that the Digimon chips, they get rid of my rankings. Yeah. It is not worth that in my opinion. It's been too hot in there. It's funny that everybody has been kinda pointing out that the weather has been super hot. Early yesterday said that in Vermont it was super hot. Later somebody else also mentioned the weather. I think it was Rian. Rian was saying in Canada it was getting super hot too, and then I told him to kinda try to enjoy the weather or enjoy the sunny day even. Like find a way to not think it as a bad thing. And now Ultras as well. You assembled a few toasted tomatoes plus cheese sandwiches and fries. Dude, I gotta say that your fries look amazing. I miss eating fries like that. You went to the beach today? Your car was reading 36? Oh Oh my god. Okay, I can totally see you guys suffering thanks to that heat. Yep, 36 is not happening even here. Nice to see, but just super busy and loud. Yeah, crowded places are never that fun, right? But 36 degrees Celsius, dude. Thankfully, here in my hometown, I don't think it gets that hot. Like, not as hot as in Rio. So I think while I'm here, I may be safe. And also because there is a lot of breeze. There is a very good breeze in my hometown, so even when it's very hot, the wind helps to make it a little bit fresh, you know? You were sitting on rocks, sort of away from the crowd. There we go. But hopefully you had some sort of shelter. And whenever a lot of boats would go by and make some waves, they would break on the rocks around you and you were getting some nice splashes. That's funny because yesterday on Roller Coaster Tycoon, I were having this talk about like how I wish I could go into a log flume, that ride that has the splashes, even if it's an intense ride, which normally it's not something that I like that most. I don't go into roller coasters because I'm afraid, but I would give a shot to a log flume so I can feel the splashes. There is also a giant shooting fountain type thing that creates a lot mist or a lot of mist and some stuff that blows around and it's nice. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yes, people can use those things to get some um, to get refreshed, right? Like to a better temperature at the bodies, at their bodies or off their bodies. I know it's like a alternative to a shower, pretty much. Rio got those as well. It's like a wet wind, isn't it? Or a mist, pretty much. Yeah, it's like a mist. So I think the tournament is today, if I'm not mistaken. As Devimon's items are cursed, and we also don't have a lot of money, so we wouldn't be able to buy them that much either. I will continue the training, hoping for miracles. Yeah, they will not happen, right, Alza? By the way, I was watching a video this week about ketchup, and I mean, I should actually go check and see if that information was real, but it sounded real. But it seems that in the beginning, the creation of ketchup that was made by Heinz, that guy that has the same brand of his name, was because people in the past used it to come up with sauces to try to make the taste of meat, like old meat or like meat that were almost getting bad, to make it taste better. So they wouldn't need to throw away that meat and then like they could still eat that meat even if it doesn't taste as great as a fresh meat, you know. So it seems that the creation of ketchup was because of that, that people were trying to use sauces into meat so it could taste any better than without the sauce. And then ketchup became such a big hit because not only it was a sauce that tasted good in comparison to the other ones that they used to use in the past. I think they gave some examples. You know that weird fish sauce they have in Japan? I think that was one of the examples they used to use to make the taste of meat better. But that sauce itself also tastes weird, so anyway, they were using what they had to make that taste better. But then ketchup was a big hit because first it tastes something good, it's not a very bad taste, and second, the products involved into creating ketchup are good for it to last for long. For example, a product made out of tomatoes, and tomatoes have an enzyme called pectin or pectine, I'm not sure how to the pronunciation of that in English, that is like a natural conserver, or like it kind of helps the tomato, or you know, it's like a it's something that helps the food to last longer. It's a natural um, conserver, I believe that's the word, I hope. But also vinegar, sugar, and the other things you find in a ketchup, they also kind of help it to last longer. Like they are things that uh, don't make bacterias or other things to really start making ketchup to be bad or to become bad that soon, you know. So yes, I was watching that video. I never knew that ketchup came out because people wanted something better to put in their in meat that was getting too old, so they could still eat that meat that had its taste already changed, you know. I'm not sure if that was like 100% true, but that's the video I was watching this week. Miracles only happens when you are in the early game. Once you understand how this game works, there are no more miracles. But Alza, you should believe in miracles because you know what? You lost a lot of your ores by not believing in the miracles 2 times. So I don't know if I should take your words that seriously, you know? Yeah, I still remember you not getting the jackpot because the jackpot was made out of your ores because you did not believe in the true miracles and in the heart of the cards in here. So be careful about what you wish, man, because it may go back to you. And honestly, I don't have anything else to believe, so I will still believe in miracles, yes, even if they don't happen that often. But it sounds like they start with a few food ideas. You cook with fish sauce because it seems that it kind of helps, like, or it used to help the taste of like old meat or meat that were starting to be bad. Even though it's also a somewhat bad sauce, right? Or it tastes, or it has a weird smell. Although fish sauce tastes good, but it doesn't, or it isn't a sauce to be used with like condiment. It is similar to the Worcester, Worcester. Why do I even try to say that word? Worcestershire sauce. Okay, that happened. That came out of my mouth, and I think I will not repeat it ever again. Kids do like ketchup. I love ketchup. Pectin, that's its name then. Pectin is something that forms and congeals and thickens, like the jams. And it is like 90% sugary. And if it is that sugary, I think it helps the food to also not get bad soon because bacteria will not survive in there that easily. But of course, with time, everything gets bad, right? But honey, the immortal food. If you can ever become a food, become honey. You're heading to bed, Rick, alright man. Thank you for the talk and for all of the recommendations of anime and movies. Yeah, remember to watch Redline. I wrote it down. I will even ask a friend, the friend that said that Cowboy Bebop sucks, or at least it was not as great as everybody says. He does have some good experience on anime though, even though he had that opinion. I will ask him and wonder if he has ever heard of it. Maybe he has watched it. But alright, Rick, have a good night. Goodbye, man. It gives a background flavor. Fish sauce is basically liquid of a pile of rotting fish in salt. But the brown liquid collects and they suck it out and refine it. It's just like that other thing as well that's super popular in Australia. How is that called? Vegemite? Vegemite, isn't it? It's like if you eat that by itself, it sucks, it's horrible. even though I never tried it. But like, it can do miracles if you know how to use it. Yeah, Vegemite. And Marmite? Wait, what is Marmite? Wait, what? Okay, but what is this made of? Yeah, it is one of those you love it or hate it. They even use that as a slogan. It seems the company behind Marmite put it on the label like Marmite. You are either going to love it or hate it. At least they are honest, right? They were honest in their promotion of the product. Okay, but why? What is this made of? It is like a. It's made out of that thing that I don't know the name in English anymore. It's a fermented product, it seems. Some fermented brown substance. Yeah, it seems to be something fermented. Yeah. What is the name of the fungus that causes the fermentation? That's the thing I was trying to remember. In Portuguese, it's levedura. I'm not. Is it called liver or something like that? In English, I'm not sure. Yeah, what is the name of the yeast? Correct. That's what I was trying to think in English, but I have no idea. So yeast have or it has, right? It has a weird smell for sure. When you're like using yeast to make bread or to bake a pizza, when you leave it in there growing, it does have a weird smell. So I wonder if the taste of it's going to be as weird as it smells, you know? Hey Marmon, how are you, man? Let me get that message because automod was a bit exaggerated in there. The Portuguese word I wonder if comes from leavening. Maybe? Which is the process of yeast or some other substance causing a chemical reaction to rise the dough. The Portuguese word is the name of the fungus, basically. It's like a commercial name for the fungus, you know? Because its biological name is totally different. Yeah, we are going to finish his cycle tonight. Oh no, he's now tired. Are you kidding me? Type it out. Yeah. Give me a sec. That's the name for it in Portuguese. Levedura. But then leavening, no, it sounds different. You think it's still close enough? So then? Yeah, I was saying that we were going to put Itimon into a Raincast tournament, Marmo. Although he's not too strong. But as we had the date happening, or like the day came, like the day of the tournament came, and it was available, I enrolled him. I enrolled him into it anyway, or regardless. I'm expecting to lose, but I gotta keep on trying, as I don't get many chances to do it, right? Leavening, levedura, and both are related to bread rising. That's true, yeah. I don't recall it being too hard, to be honest. Do you mean the tournament? It's because when I have a very good Digimon, like with all of the great stats and training, when I try to put him into the tournament, he always dies beforehand. So I think it's a problem of timing. I never have a good timing for this one tournament. But I also know that there are probably strats. I'm aware there are probably strats of moves and attacks and Digimon for you to have a greater chance of winning the tournament. And now we gotta see what's the best we can do out of Itimon. He has electric attacks, right? Maybe we can use his electric attacks trying to paralyze the foes. Megalo Spark is going to be there for sure. But then the problem is that... No, Thunder Justice uses a lot of his MP. Here's my idea. No, this uses a lot of MP. I don't have that much MP, right? I should save my MP. I'm really thinking about going there with only Megalo Spark and maybe a buffing attack. What do you guys think about that? I do think we should try going with only Megalo Spark. It's strong, it can stun the enemy, it has a good use of MP, and that's it. I think that's what I want. So, Leavening is pronounced Leven. Is it pronounced like Leven? So, Leavening? Okay, if it is pronounced like Leavening, then yes, the connection is big in there. Because Levedura is like Leven, yeah. Subway is asking me if I can pick these skills. He has 400 of brains. So I'm not... I think no. I think I can't pick the skills because the skills, you can choose them when he has 500, isn't it? I think he'll have... attack, defend, stay away, and save MP. I believe he would probably have those skills or those strategies, but definitely not the one that I pick or choose which attack I want him to be using. I think that's only past 500 of brains. Yeah, I now think so as well, Ultras, yeah. The Latin verb is levare, which means to raise. Look at that! Interesting. And then yeast is a leavening agent, from the root word levare, and the Portuguese word levedura means yeast. Actually, the Portuguese word for yeast is different. It is called fermento, which means fermentation, right? It comes from the fermentation word. But levedura is our commercial name for the fungus. It is actually not the process. The process, we say it as fermentation. It's just the commercial name, like, go to the bakery and buy some levedura to me, please, instead of saying yeast, or instead of saying fungus. It is the commercial word. But I do think the biological name of the fungus also gets that word on it, or something close to it. Let me Google. Never mind, I'm now learning that Levedura is more like the group, right? The group of fungus or fungi that we fungi actually, right? The group of fungi that will wait. Never mind. Is it fungi or fungi? It's fungi, isn't it? Because when you say like campus and campi, you don't say campi. Or actually, it has two pronunciations. It's both work if I'm not mistaken. That's why I'm confused. But it seems it's the group. It's the group of fungi or fungi that will work like that. That will like help the bread to grow or help the pizza to grow. Yeah, it's more like fungi. Okay, fungi. Fungi from Chrono Cross. And language is crazy but fun. Fungi. Yeah, that's why language or learning languages is fantastic. Subber doesn't know if saving NP goes to the buffing attack. Maybe not. Good question. I'm also not sure. It's like use 99% of the time if fungi is also correct. You have never heard before. Okay, fungi campi then, like the plural of campus. So fungi, all right. So then the biological name for the fungi or the fungus we are talking about actually has nothing to do with the word levedura. His name or his biological name is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Probably this cerevisiae here is related to cerveja or cerveza, which is beer in Spanish and in Portuguese. So it's more related to beer than to levedura. I mean, have you thought about what I said last time about the thing I have been ignoring? Not anymore because it's been a while, but I remember that talk for sure. And also what the Devimon chips do exactly. I told you there is someone should. Oh yeah, you told me that. So I should maybe make an exploration trying to figure that out. Okay, we should do that actually. We are going to join this tournament, and then after that we should go around the whole Fire City and maybe even to other places that could have somebody with news to us. For example, Cherrymon. I don't remember going back and talking to Cherrymon. That's a good call. Especially because I won't have anything else to do with Itimon. I'm just waiting for a new cycle to happen. So we could do some exploration trying to find some more answers regarding Devimon's items, yes. Maybe Miotismon could say something as well, although I remember talking to Miotismon recently. And then Miotismon told me more about the Digimon that you can get thanks to death, right? When Digimon die. You know what? I will create a poll in here because I'm really not sure if we should go with those attacks that have the boosting effect or not. So I will ask you guys your opinion. And the reason why I'm so worried about this is because I normally, or actually most of times, I never go for those buffing attacks, so I'm afraid of them backfiring me. They're called Warcry and Muscle Charge, right? Okay, so now we have a poll going on for our moveset for this tournament. I'm asking you guys if I should add the effect or status effect attacks to his moveset, which are the Muscle Charge and the War Cry, and if I should pick them both, or only one, and which one I should pick, or if I should ignore them and just go for Megalo Spark to save my MP or something. It's not like I'm going to win this, to be honest, like, there is no way we're going to win this tournament. But if we are taking it seriously, we should try our hardest, so that's one important strategy that we are discussing here that could either work well or backfire us. But somebody that could tell me more about Devimon's items. Also, I will make one question though. Do you think that this Digimon or like this person that could tell me more about those items, do you think it's a Digimon that makes sense for him or her to be telling me about those items, or is it like a random pick of the game that it's hard to guess that I can get information from that Digimon? So you said yes. I'm guessing you said yes for like it's somebody or someone that makes sense to be telling me about that. So it's logical. So maybe if I stop to think about it, I'll be able to get an idea of possible Digimon that could be giving me that. I mean, there is Digimon, of course, but I don't think he will say something about it. There is Poyomon or Yuramon. Yeah, those two normally give us important information. There is also Tsunomon. There is Cherrymon that I have been wanting to talk again for a while. I don't think Piximon will have something new to say. Wait a minute, what about Monochromon? What happened to Monochromon? Have you ever talked to Monochromon? We did, right? Well, the poll is over, and 2 people said we should go for Warcry. Okay, so we are going with Megalo Spark and Warcry. That's our moveset now. Are you healed? You see, he's not healed. And please everyone, pray for no Piximon on this tournament. If you see the pink fluff, run away. Rush hard. Run to the hills, hide in the caverns. Here we go. Wait, is that Piximon? It's not, right? Those are the Mamemons and the Giromon, isn't it? I think that's good then. We don't have Piximon this time. But we are fighting Miotismon? Which odds do we have against Miotismon? And by the way, this probably means that Miotismon is an ultimate of this game. I need paralysis. Paralyze that vampire. Put him outside under the sun. That's not a good start. That's a good start though. Nice. Don't stop. Paralyze him again. Okay. And he avoided the attack. Nice. Hit him on. I'm just hoping that the next flow we fight will be somebody easier than this, so we can recover a little bit on our HP and MP. Oh no, it's backfiring me. Come on, come on. We did it! Even if we lose later, I don't care. I'm happy we won against Miotismon. Come on. Yeah, we are not winning this because we don't have enough stats anymore, but that was something that I was not ready for. Like, Itimon winning against Miotismon. So, is that Mumemon or is that Metal Mumemon? We are not winning, but I'm already happy because Miotismon, guys. Oh, that's Mumemon. Yes, he has 9,000 of HP. It's over 9,000! Nope. So long we fought, so long we tried. Nope. There is no freaking way. Look at that. We are scratching his... We are giving him some polish. If only I were Metal Itimon though, then I could fight Metal with Metal. Which is sad that we are going to lose this, because the strategy is perfect. Look at that paralysis going on. But I don't have MP, I don't have HP. My finisher takes forever to load. Yeah, that's how we die. But can I at least use my finisher? I can, let's see it. It's the freaking music, isn't it? And that's it, guys. Speaking of finishers, that was like a rocket punch. But hey, I got to round 2, so can I get something better than just, I don't know, some sirloins? I got nothing? Okay, I only got the giant meat. It was not even a sirloin. But I'm actually surprised we beat Miotismon, like, come on. The monkey was not that OP, but we did beat Miotismon, that's something to be proud of at least. Yeah, Mumemon with 9,000 of HP, we should go back home. But okay, we gave it a shot at least, and now we know what to expect next time we have another chance to join a Rank S tournament. We know that Mumemon is broken with It's the Chansey of this game. And Miotismon is beatable. You just need to be faster than him so he doesn't load his crazy lightning attack. I think that was Thunder Justice, wasn't it? If you can be faster than him, then you may be alright. So it was good for us to learn about our opponents. And then also that showed us that Piximon sometimes is not in the tournament, which is promising. So now we should go and think about Alza's puzzle of like finding somebody to tell me more about Devimon's items. Why not start in the place we are? Do you know something about that? Demon, let me think of your nickname, a hero who has saved the world. Let's see. What about the invincible Demon? What about this, the Air Dramon right here that is so cryptic, cryptic, there we go, cryptic. And so this as well. What if what he says actually makes sense? Are you interested in finding another fortune? Okay, let me look at it. Okay, is that good? Well, first of all, my overall luck is fair. Okay. Changing your mood may be good for you. And my lucky color is yellow. Finally, about your compatibility with Demon, it's so-so. Yeah, I still don't get that guy. That was a good try, yeah. I knew I wouldn't win because we are not even with 5,000 of HP, so come on. I still can't believe that this newspaper was not updated. We saved the world, but who cares, right? That's how it works. Everybody should boycott that freaking Shellmon's newspaper. Don't buy it. Read your information on the internet. I mean, I don't think that's going to be different, but I'm going to talk to him just in case. By the way, aren't we forgetting something? Also, hello Dale, welcome. Why is the shit pink? The shit pink? Oh no, I don't wanna listen to your jukebox music. I just wanted to see if he had something else to talk about. I was going to say that I forgot that we should try to hunt and find Analog Man, right? I almost said Analog Mon. Analog Man. No, I know about his glitch and his thing in there. I think the glitch happens if you listen to the song. So I was not like planning to listen to the song, but I wanted to test if he had something new to say or I don't know, something different. But yeah, I forgot about Analog Man. Maybe on this journey of trying to find more information towards Devimon's items, we can also find Analog Man out of nowhere. Wait, what? Speaking of new information, when a rookie Digimon comes to the city, it's plus 1 point. When a champion Digimon comes to the city, it's plus 2 points. And if an ultimate Digimon comes to the city, it's plus 3 points. However, there are 3 champion Digimon that are not very useful. I appreciate the sincerity here, like, yeah, some Digimon in the city are not useful. When one of them comes, it's only plus... Oh, never mind. He's only talking about the progression of File City, I guess. When one of them comes, it's only plus 1 point. Rest as much as possible, that's the key to your Digimon's health. Let me tell you about... I can't believe Koelamon has this much of information going on. Let me tell you about Tamer level. Tamer level will increase if you can raise Digimon to the Ultimate Digimon level. Not only Ultimate, I got some Tamer levels thanks to champions. And winning a championship in a high level tournament is very good. It will go up naturally, you don't have to worry about it too much. On the other hand, you have to pay attention to not let it go down. If your Digimon fades away, your Tamer level will go down for sure. If you regularly have care mistakes, it might go down, be careful. Even with care mistakes? Yeah, then he's talking about File City. There is more. Let me tell you a little bit about types. If an opponent is the same type as your Digimon, he may not battle. If your Digimon's type is not compatible, he can be refused at a door. Other than that, maybe you don't have to worry about it. Is Koelamon the only Digimon that if you... I mean, he's not because Yuramon was the same. But like, I totally skipped all of this because I assumed that Koelamon always said the same words. Because I was never lucky enough to get his other messages. But look at that, he has a lot of very important info for beginners. Other than that, maybe you don't have to worry about it. Now I don't know if he has something else. I'm guessing that's it, but I kinda wish I found that earlier. Yeah, I believe now he is over, right? Last chance. Yeah. Sometimes it glitches with you scrolling through the list too. Yeah, as soon as I saw the music, I closed it. Most of the dialogues change when you progress. Do you really mean most? I noticed some, not really most. If you're saying most, then it's like something for me to really take care of. Or be careful. Some speak too much, some speak just a few words, and some just speak bake, bake, bake. Or bake, 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 right? Bake a pizza, bake a cake. But just to take that in consideration, I will speak to them maybe 5 times to see if there is something else. This guy is not helping us at all. Okay, so you are only talking about the lights, right? Okay, let's check the shop. Well, I mean, most for those who usually give you useful info. Yeah. Yuramon, Tsunomon, they use it to be updating their speeches. Maybe it's Ninjamon? I know about items. There are 128 kinds of items in all. 32 are food. Rare items grow naturally in some areas and can't be found in others. We have read that before. For example, you can find a blue apple in a native forest. These foods have special effects, so be careful on the timing of eating them. But do you know more about the items? Now we will talk about Digivolution items. Digivolution items make Digimon Digivolve as the name suggests. There are many different kinds of Digivolution items. I wish he could give me the number. Each kind causes Digimon to digivolve into different types of Digimon. For example, if you use Grey Claws, which by the way you could never find, the Digimon will turn into Greymon. Digivolution items are items of legend, and some are one of a kind. But sometimes you don't get any bonus ability like during normal Digivolutions. It's funny that he says sometimes, isn't it always? Also, happiness level goes down. Huh. I didn't know that one. So they are not perfect. At the same time, it's nice to digivolve into the kind of Digimon you want to be. You can only digivolve from one generation before the Digimon you want to become. So be careful. And I think that's it. I also think it's... wait, you think it's almost always? There is an exception? So far, to me, I think it's been always. But I'm actually not paying too much attention to that when it happens, so maybe I missed something. What was that again? Oh yeah, it's to lure enemies. I wanted to talk to Piximon again. Speaking on the devil? Hi, I'm busy all the time running this shop, not... I'm kinda lazy and I won't be in the shop much, but I got some cool stuff. Yes, training manual. With this, your training will get better. It is very valuable. I will sell it for 50,000 bits. Give it to me. You regret not buying it. I already have it. I won't give you a discount. So he's still talking about his training manual. The blue apple from the native forest tastes really good. It's been a while since we found one. The orange banana from the jungle is good too. The big berry from Mount Panorama tastes really good. I don't think we have ever found one. Sometimes I return to Gear Savannah to patrol. I heard there are some shops along the beach in Gear Savannah. Did you see them? Yep. That's how we got our blue flute back. What image did I have? When you figured it out, let me know. Excuse me? Is this for real? This is not right. So about Digivolution, regarding the next generation after Champion Digimon, it is the ultimate. He doesn't always digivolve after Champion. In order to digivolve, certain conditions have to be met exactly. So could you please go in Digimon's house? I will. I'm next to it. But once it digivolves to Ultimate Digimon, the life expectancy will grow. But if you digivolve by eating a Digivolution item, life expectancy stays the same. Okay, so it's not only regarding the stats, it's also about their lifetime. So Itimon, you are dying next day, like... It was nice to meet you, but... I wish I could talk to... Nanimon. I heard Yuramon knows some new rumors. All the Digimon have gathered in the city. Thank you so much. The prosperity rate of the city is 100. There is nothing more I need to say. It is fantastic. We got some nice records! Why? Are you telling me that I did not do this before? I'm sure I talked to Digimon after I did everything. But yes, this makes a lot of sense, right? To complete... I'm sorry for that. That was not on purpose. You complete the freaking File City, they give you something out of it, right? It's called the town flourishing. Digimon said the town is flourishing. It has its face on the coin. It took forever for us to finally have that, right? But that's so dumb. I wanna know why. It was not my fault. I know I can get distracted, I know I can like lose track of what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, what's left for me in the game. But I'm very sure I talked to Digimon after we completed File City. I was even joking about it. I was like, I'm not getting a reward out of that. This is all of the party you have for like getting all of the Digimon back to File City. Like, thank you for your help, bye. That's all I'm getting from it. Is this a glitch, a bug or something? Somebody needs to explain me what happened, because this was not my fault. I guess I might be wrong about the chips info, okay. Or maybe it's just a one-time thing and I missed it. But doesn't seem that way, and most likely you are wrong and no one explains it. Okay, it's fine in case it's not real, but exploring was already worth that. Although, I wanna know why did it not trigger earlier. Because that's BS. But since I'm doing this work, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to keep on talking to everybody here. But Alza, in case you had an idea of who would be telling me about that, and it's somebody that I have already spoken to, Please tell me who was it, because then I can try not looking for the same information you had before, right? Yeah, Botamon comprehends my feelings. That's me and this game since day one. Maybe I should get you, Botamon, as our next Digimon in the next cycle. You know what's happening, you know everything. Those are the words I had to hear. Oh, look at that! There is a Palmon amiibo and a Betamon amiibo with like devilish red eyes though, but I don't remember noticing those two amiibos right there. You thought it was Ninjamon. Ninjamon knows a lot about the items, yeah. For some reason you remember him saying he would explain to me everything in that shop. Not really, he doesn't tell me about Numemon's items. What was the other Digimon in there that sells things? We have Devimon, Numemon, and somebody else. I forgot who though. So no one knows why Digimon is giving me that only now? Oh yeah! Oh yeah, what? I planted the rain plant right here, I just got it from you. It bears fruit every year around the 15th. You may take those. For what? For what? To sell it, of course. Alright, this is great! Okay. I guess that's all that matters, to be feeling great. And then Gabumon. Thanks for your business. I just started. No, you did not just start. You have been working for Dremojamon for like, I don't know, 3 months already? Maybe 4? I'm really good at looking for things, so look deeper because I'm expecting good quality service in here, and it only happened once with Bakemon's Digivolutionary item. I wish I could do something regarding customer feedback to this company because come on, they gotta improve their quality here. So yes, I now think we should hunt Analog Man because I have an ultimate, even though he's not the best, but it's what we got. And I gotta still wait for him to die. I have 4 restores. I'm hoping that's enough. I have some floppies. Maybe I should buy a little bit more. I will deposit some of my items. You know what? I'm going to sell the rain plant and do the shopping. Okay, so I asked like 5 times and nobody gave me an answer of why did I get that medal only now. I'm going to believe it's thanks to a glitch, because that's what makes sense to me. Wait, now that I wanted to talk to Ogremon, he's not in here. I got something to say. What is it? Yes, we have been there. Is the mischievous Digimon Kokatorimon? It was probably him, right? It was the only boss we fought in there. Otamamon? Wait, really? What happened between us and Otamamon? I remember fighting some of them, but it was like random encounters, weren't they? Everybody's saying Otamamon. Wait, why? I don't remember being fooled by him. I think I talked to everybody now, but Ogremon. Yeah, we will talk to Ogremon later. Otamamon was like bugging us, and then I defeated him. He went away crying, and then Geckomon surrounded me for revenge. Oh, there he is. Okay, so let's go after Analog Man. There are only 3 more Digimon that I will talk, but they are like at the gym. Yes, I did not deposit my items, but I do wanna believe I won't have a game over, so... Or I won't lose a fight, right? You know what? I'm going east. Because normally when we leave this city we go west, and I still haven't found anything important in there. Although there is a good place to the west that I haven't checked. But I will go east. Let's go east. I was thinking about Mount Panorama. Maybe that's a good hideout for Analog Man. But there is the hideout from Ogremon, right? First, let's go check the Dino region. It's been a while since we went there as well. Hey Afro, welcome. I'm trying to find um, Analog Man. It seems that Analog Man is somewhere in this world now after we beat him, so I'm exploring over every place again. Ultras is saying, imagine being stranded on an island with an unlimited supply of fresh fruit. I don't know if I would get tired of fresh fruit. Actually, maybe not. I do love fruit a lot. I know some people that they never eat fruit. I should eat more often, but I love fruit a lot. So maybe I wouldn't mind it that much, but the problem is that, in my opinion, fruit doesn't make me feel satiated or full. So there is that, right? I think I would start in a desert island or deserted island because I don't know, I would need to eat a lot of fruit to finally feel full. Yeah, it should have a good variety too. But then don't you think that, I don't know, eating fruit doesn't make you feel full? To me, it's more like a dessert, or a snack. There would be other things to eat wherever you go or catch. But the fruit is always there for you. Yeah, if you keep on harvesting. There was something about harvesting that I remember hearing about. Yeah, I think it was that in some places, I think it was actually the Brazilian case. Um, the native Brazilians, they didn't know how to harvest. Like they didn't have, and maybe in some native Brazilians um, areas, even today, they still don't have the knowledge or technology for harvesting. So they pretty much are always looking for food around the nature. And that was something that the Europeans or like other foreigners they brought with them when they were coming here. I'm pretty sure I heard something around those lines that maybe not every native population, but like I think the native Brazilians at least, they didn't know about that. Like they didn't know about harvesting and farming and making their own food. They always hunted or looked for food. So it is kind of mind blowing, right? Because it's such a basic information to all of us that we know the process. It's kind of crazy to think that those that depend on nature to live, they may not have the idea of really harvesting themselves something because they don't know that that's how it does or how it goes. If you were stranded on an island, your body would learn to be full. I agree. Adaptation would happen for sure. have you ever traveled to an island, Ultras? And yesterday I was mentioning this one amazing looking island. It's called Socotra. It's such a lost paradise in Earth. You heard this already. Oh, you haven't been to a tropical island. I have been to an island in Rio. Actually, I have been to an island in my hometown even. I used to have this image of my hometown not being as great as the surrounding cities around it. Like the neighboring cities. The neighboring cities are very touristic places, or like many people travel here during vacations or during holidays. But my hometown is always like left behind, you know? It's not because it's bad, it's just because the other cities around it or next to it are kinda more attracting. But then I had a chance to go to this one island that's part of my hometown with my sister and her friends. That island was so freaking beautiful, and then once we returned from it, I was like, okay, now I'm proud to be from this hometown, because come on, this is as beautiful as the other places people travel to, and nobody know, or actually nobody really visits this one island here. They should, because it's so good. And then there is an island in Rio that it's quite famous, and I traveled to it during the last year of high school, because it was like the high school special trip to say goodbyes and stuff, you know? So those are the two islands I remember visiting. I have been to Prince Edward Island. From the pictures I remember seeing from it, it looks fantastic, yeah. And you were probably the one that showed me those pictures. You and your mom have been to some island a few hours off Quebec that is super remote. That's the best, when the island is super isolated. Oh, never mind, speaking of isolated islands, I remembered another one that's very close to the city of Rio. Because the one I mentioned that I went there with my high school friends, it is in the state of Rio, but definitely not close to the city of Rio. No, there is one like in the middle of Rio. People go there to have a bike ride. It's a very good island for you to get to meet it or get to see it by riding a bike. But I walked there by foot. Or actually I should say, when I was there, I went to the places by foot. That's probably the Prince Edward Island. I will open it, but I hope my computer handles it. It has a town there, but it's still remote. Yes, the one that is in the Rio, or that is in Rio City, or kinda in the middle of Rio, it has a small town as well. You gotta get a... Oh my god! That's so funny, they are all like the same. It is just the color that changes. That's very funny actually. And I see a hammock right there on the bottom of the picture. My current dream, if I could like order a furniture, I would love to buy one furniture that's like a hammock seat. It looks like it's like a portable hammock pretty much. You don't need to have hangers on the wall for you to place the hammock, you know. It is like it's very short, and it looks like a seat, but in the end it's like a hammock. That's the furniture that I wish I had, because I can see myself sunbathing in my apartment in the balcony if I had that. It's better than laying on the towel, which is the way I sunbathe from there. It is a button of an island, mostly French speakers. Oh, the picture was from Quebec, so this is the Prince Island one. It looks like another country actually. This looks like Europe to me. If you didn't tell me that this was in Canada, I would guess it's European. Yesterday I was talking about how Sweden has this one feel to it, That picture could remind me a little bit of Sweden. It's like an 8-hour boat ride from Canada. Okay, it is quite far. The island I was talking about, that's in the middle of Rio, it's like 45 minutes. Something around those lines. I have been there only 2 times. Prince Edward Island can be a little bit like that. There is nowhere in Canada that is like that. Yeah, it looks different, like another country. Which is very cool. I forgot about this guy. I still think that this area, this one in particular, is one of the most wholesome areas in this game. It took me some time to find myself in it, but this is one of those moments that when you see it for the first time, it's like, whoa. But then it's tricky when you have 2 ways to go, right? Prince Edward Island has this kind of feel in the town. Man, look at that. This is straight out Windows wallpapers. And it's funny how it is indeed like so close to the ocean, right? You can't even spot a single wave. Yeah, that's totally a place for you to visit when you are in Canada. So far, there isn't anything important in here. So I guess this is not where Analog Man is hiding. But isn't there another turn? That was not that one, I think. No, it was this one. Okay, he's not in... Never mind, it's not this one. I need to find it fast because this is dangerous. This is speeding up our time. Maybe now? No, this is the same. I give up. I don't think he's in here. Let's go back to File City and then restart our path. But since I'm back, you kept hearing the start of this in my game. Yeah, this is the... We are always in here, right? This is the... We are always in here place of this game. It is a nice music in my opinion. It's a very relaxing song. But we are off today. We are going to explore. I don't know if I should let him sleep though. Oh wait, it is another music? It's just the one chord? Oh, by the way, Outros, I have something to say later. I just remembered it. Aqua song Roses Are Red. Is it in the beginning? I heard something familiar in there for sure. But it's funny, it reminded me of another song, not the one you were talking about. Like another song of the game. Let me put that on my YouTube. Yeah, that chord reminds me of the other song of the place I was just now. Not the File City song. Oh! Okay, yes, that's the song I was thinking. True, that's the one that sound like. Yes, I agree. Wait, but you were saying before this that was no. Okay, so it was before File City. True, yes. It was the song from the Dino region. I could see it, yeah. But I was going to say that Spotify has done something funny in this week, or on this week, that they were showing you some stats and fun facts about how you use and what you hear on Spotify. And then one of the things they were making fun of you was like, you are one of a kind. You are the only person that goes from classics, which is an electronic dance band that I love, by the way. You change your songs from like classics into Nightwish. So I was like, Spotify, wait a second there. I don't listen to Nightwish that often, but I'm certain they got that reference or that information and data because of when I was listening to Nightwish after Ultra's telling me to hear more from them. So they're like making fun of me. Oh, you are the only one in the world that goes from classics into Nightwish. So yeah, Spotify is making fun of me because I heard some Nightwish months ago. It was not a very accurate trivia they were doing, not in my case at least. There was a moment in there that they were kind of listing three bands that I also heard a lot. One of the names I don't even know who was that. Probably it was one of the artists that I hear one song and then, you know, I never go back to him. But yeah, they also listed that guy in the middle of the other bands I should have been listening more. It was not very accurate, but I appreciate that effort for like making fun of your statistics and your trivia. You are sort of the same though? Do you mean that you jump into, I don't know, electronic music into Nightwish? Or that Spotify's trivia is also not very accurate to you? But they got something right. They were saying that the band that's been the sun of my current moment, or like they were giving me some fake astronomical predictions of bands I listen to, and then they put this one band as being my sun, like being super important, which was Small Black. Yes, Small Black has been the most important band for me this year, especially because of their last album. I have been listening to Cheap Dreams a lot. So you go from Neurodance to Nightwish to Jennifer Lopez. Dude, I should listen to some Jennifer Lopez actually. There is that song Genie in a... No, Genie in a Bottle is by Christina Aguilera, never mind. But Jennifer Lopez had a song that I used to listen to when I was waiting for Digimon to start on TV actually. On Fox Kids or Jetix. They always used to air that video clip by her. Don't remember the song anymore. That's why I need to go back. Oh my god. Kaoma, right? From Rammstein to Kaoma. And then Carcass, Death, Bare Naked Ladies, Rush, System of a Down, like everything. Let's not forget the good old 90s hip hop. I would say the good old 2000s hip hop. Yeah, the 2000s hip hop was good. I don't know the rhythm for that song though. But yeah, there is a Jennifer Lopez song that I wish I could listen again. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks. No, never mind. It's the same song by Christina Aguilera. If you wanna be with me, da na 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 na. I'm a genie in a bottle, da na 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 na. Yeah, that's not Jennifer Lopez. I would know it if I heard it for sure. I think so. But then without the rhythm, I can't tell it. The same era, yeah. I decided to put him to sleep though, but I'm not sure if that was the right call. The J-Lo song I would know instantly as soon as you hear the first seconds. Wait, are you saying that that one is the J-Lo song, Waiting for Tonight? I thought it was the Kaoma song. On the Floor, which had the Lambada Melody remix. It is a J-Lo song, huh? But this is not the one that I was thinking, because this is not the video clip I used to watch. Yeah, I can see the lambada you are saying, but I do not remember the song. Ultras, I don't know if I have ever heard this. Doesn't sound familiar to me at all. Wait, it's getting familiar. It is now getting familiar. Waiting for tonight. Oh, okay, I get it. Waiting for tonight. Okay, yeah. Oh. Never mind, I know this song. Didn't know it was Jennifer Lopez though. Huh. I wish I could know the song I used to see on Fox Kids. Anyway, I should look for that later, right? Let me put Jennifer Lopez 2000. Is it this one? I think I found it. Is it this one? I'm waiting for the ads. I think it's this one. Yes, it has this freaking house in the beginning of the video clip. How is the song again? Love Don't Cost a Thing? Okay, give me the song. Yeah, it is this one. I found it. Yeah, that's like back to my childhood. Dude. J-Lo also did your... That's the one! Yes, that's the one that I was trying to remember. Love Don't Cost a Thing. Is it the video for it? Or is it a different one? Love Don't Cost a Thing. It used to be aired a lot on Fox Kids before Digimon, before Medabots. I'm so glad that Fox Kids or Jetix used to have those songs because thanks to them I got to Daft Punk. Yeah, the music is great. But surprisingly I have completely forgotten it. But yeah, 2000s music used to be fantastic. We normally only give like high props to the 80s and 90s, but 2000s had good songs too. Now we can go to Freezeland or to the hideout. I'm going to the hideout. Oh, finally we are having a fight. You listen to that one regularly. Do you normally listen to or... Oh, Enrique Iglesias. That's a name I haven't read in a long time. I will open it on my phone though. It sounds a bit familiar, not much. Yeah, not much familiar. But the name is a name that I haven't read in a while. But I was going to ask you if you still remember Ashanti, Jaru. Those were the 2000s hip hop. Do I have bodies? I have bodies. Let's go down. I'm thinking we won't be able to find Analog Man before Itimon dies though, but at the very least we'll be able to check some places and skip them in the next attempt. So far, thankfully, the computer is doing alright. Even when I was opening the browser. Anybody home? So now I don't think he's around here. Yeah. But then after this place is Freezeland. We have been back to Freezeland, haven't we? Then we have Freezeland, Toyland, the Misty Trees. We have been back to Factorial City, he's not in there either. Do you mean Ogremon? Not Ogremon. Goburimon, right? Wait, really? This one right here? Yeah, he's pretty much blocking this bridge. And that it is, Freezeland. Wait, do you guys remember the Ice Palace? What if he's in there? I haven't been to the Ice Palace in forever, but I may not be able to enter it, right? But I will go to the door of it. Yeah, I can't enter it because I don't have vaccine. Actually, vaccine, right? I believe the pronunciation is like that. Vaccine. Oh, okay. I thought no. I celebrated too early. I will gobble you up. Yes, with your partner right there, aren't you? No, never mind. At least we are only finding one of them. Yeah, after one enemy gets you, my evasion streak is lost forever. Now all of them are getting me. The Ice Palace is your favorite? I have mentioned which was my favorite place before, right? I'm trying to remember though. Oh yeah, the lake. I love the dragon ice lake. No, that's my favorite music. Yeah, my favorite music is from the Misty Trees, yes. Because it reminds me of the Ace Attorney games. But favorite location, I think it's the lake. But we can't go in, can we? We... What? Well, I'm glad I gave this a shot because normally I wouldn't be able to enter here. What kind of place is it? Well, this is the hacked Digimon World thanks to Analog Man's DLC, it seems. Okay, we found him. Piedmon, that's not Piedmon, but his name is close to that, isn't it? Piedmon is like the lord of the anime we were talking about in the beginning of the stream. But it's something close to that. I see, in the back of this place... Well, I will skip him. Devimon? Double Devimon? I want the item though, so... Piedomon, it's not Piedmon. I'm waiting for its subroute. Yeah, rip the Ice Sanctuary. This is now Glitch Sanctuary, or Glitch Center as well. I will fight with all I got. Well, we have bananas to throw at you, so let's go. Maybe you can get zapped by one. Itimon, don't disappoint me because you're my hope for this. Since we found the hideout, let's sort this into battle. Actually, he's fighting alright. Oh no, it's the Rainbow Road. And we have Mad Monkey. I don't know how he was called in the Powerpuff Girls anime, or cartoon actually, it's not an anime. But one of the villains in there was something like Crazy Monkey or Mad Monkey. Bring the Powerpuff Girls to save the world in here, my monkey got them. And speaking on old cartoons, we just found Dexter's laboratory. I did. Um, Wait a minute. Is this... This is a Digivolutionary item, but... No! No! Oh my god, I know who's that for. I wish to work for Starkey from Chrono Cross the Pew Pew, but no, it's the... Brains Digimon, isn't it? The UFO Digimon as well? But this is very nice, because since getting him was something out of the world pretty much, like who knows how did that happen, it's nice the game gives you the item for you to get him, yeah. But now I kinda don't need it anymore. And you know what's crazy? It was Itimon that helped to kill my Valimon. Do you guys remember that? Ole! This is the back dimension, huh? Because what? Because you are back to back? Oh no, they have the blue Meramon. I still remember the first time I found this guy. He was one of the strongest enemies ever. Is he still keeping it up? Or can we beat him? Oh no, he does hurt us. And he has a good amount of HP. So yeah, he's keeping up with the standards. But the only problem now is that Itimon is kinda almost dying, so... I'm not sure if we'll be able to finish this exploration. But he fulfilled his job, which was finding this place. Game, if you want to give me more Digivolutionary items, I can't complain. Yes, and in order to risk it, I gotta fight him, because what if there is a Digivolutionary item behind him? Is this one of those glitches again? No, I will not beg for my life, I will beg for this glitch to stop from happening. Which I just did, good, and bye? But welcome back. Okay! He doesn't want to fight, he wants to talk. That's cute. And different. He's just like the oh. Okay, don't get stuck there though. A brain chips? Or a brain chip? Oh, look who's there. And just look, because we are not buying anything, so... No, I can't really open that, can I? Now that I need the glitch to happen, of course I don't get it. Yeah, it is impossible. Hey, let's fight. Decamon? I'm not crazy. This is a new Digimon, isn't it? Mad Monkey is back. Don't waste my MP. Come on. Nice. You remember this guy, the OP bug? This is a bug? No, you mean like a glitch, right? Okay, goodbye, Takamon. I don't remember you in this game, but sure. Maybe he was. Maybe he was in that laboratory that had Skullgreymon. Pretty much the basement of Myotismon's mansion or Lord Greymon's mansion or something. Maybe he was there. Oh, that's bad. That's not cool. I can throw away my meat. Yes. So I can get this. I should also throw away something else or use something else. The super carrot can go away. And the giant meat as well. I mean, I will save it in case he gets hungry, but it's going to be the next item we are getting rid of. Okay, so he was in the underground lab, right? Yeah. And that's the Rockmon, wasn't it? The OG Glitchmon. I really thought they were really behind the